to our third session on friendships. We are looking at our second key ingredient of having a good friendship and how we can be a good friend. Now, I don't know whether you've ever seen the series of Divergent. It's films that are really good and set in the future in Chicago. And all the people within society are split into 5 factions, all based upon personality. And one of those is candor. And the main character says to be friends with someone that's in the faction candor, you have to have really thick skin because they tell you it like it is, with honesty. And actually, that's what we're going to be looking at today, is candor. And candor is about being honest, and sometimes we need correction because I'm going to tell you, we're not perfect. And sometimes we say things that are wrong, sometimes we do things that are wrong. But we know that a true friend will say, that's not cool. Or, do you really think you should have done that? Maybe you should apologize to that person. But candor also means that it comes from a kind and loving place. Now, I'm slightly known for being a bit blunt and kind of not making anything flowery. I'll just say it as it is. So when it's come to my friends and they've asked for advice, I'll just be like, this is what it is. Or if they've done something that I don't agree with, I'll be like, no, that's not cool. You need to make good decisions. And was that one? No. Now, it comes from a place of love, but my delivery isn't probably the best. But we're just going to look at how we can be truthful and honest, and for it to come from a loving place, and how we can deliver it in a loving way. So last week I introduced us to the book Proverbs in the Bible, and I said how it's not like a storybook. It's just full of one sentences that are golden nuggets about all areas of life. And we can look at it from a friendship perspective too. So in Proverbs chapter 27, verses 5 and 6, this is what it says. An open rebuke is better than hidden love. Wounds from a sincere friend are better than any kisses from an enemy. So a friend's advice, no matter how painful it is much more valuable in the open than it is in the hidden. Because once it's open, that's when we can actually adjust our behaviour and grow as a better person and grow as a better friend. And we're going to look at another key friendship within the Bible that shows candor and shows actually how a friend's advice is better in the open, and that with that you can grow. I know that the best friendship we can ever have is with Jesus, because I know that he loves me no matter what I do. It's unconditional, and that he is with me all the time. And in the Bible, we get to see the first friendships that Jesus ever had. And there was 12 that he picked that were really close with him, that we know to be the disciples. The ones that he said, oh, do you wanna follow me? Come and have an adventure for a couple of years, see some epic things, hear some epic things. It's gonna be awesome, come on. And one of these guys was Peter. Now, it's fair to say that their friendship was extremely close, but quite rocky at times. And on the night of the Last Supper, the night before Jesus died, Peter goes, "Lord, I'm all in." And Jesus goes, "Actually, you're going to deny me 3 times before the cockerel crows this next morning." And then Jesus gets arrested, taken off, and there was a trial happening. And Peter runs away scared. And people are coming up to him going, Don't you know Jesus? And he's like, "Nah, don't know what you're talking about." Second time coming up, No, you defo know Jesus." It's like, Nope, don't know him, nope, wrong person. And the third time, they were like, "No, seriously, I have seen you with Jesus." It's like, "No, it's not me." And at that moment, the cockerel crows and Peter's heart sinks, because he's realised that the words that Jesus said the night before have come true. Now, we know from reading the Bible that Jesus doesn't stay dead. 3 days later, he rises again to show that he is the Son of God. And what I think is really incredible is Jesus hung around for a while and hung around with his disciples. And there's this one story where the disciples, some of them were fishing and they weren't catching very much, and Jesus was like, came along, and all of a sudden they caught loads of fish. Jesus says, "Come and have breakfast with me on the shore." So comes over, and Peter comes over, and Jesus says, "Peter, do you love me?" And Peter's like, "Well, yeah, of course I do." He goes, "Then feed my sheep." All right. "Peter, do you love me?" Like, "Yeah, of course I do. I'd do anything for you." It's like, "Then feed my sheep." And then he asks a third time, "Peter, do you love me?" And it says here that Peter was hurt that Jesus asked this question a third time. He says, "Lord, you know everything. You know that I love you." And I reckon that at that point, Peter may have gone, "I denied Jesus 3 times, and Jesus asked me 3 times, do I love him?" It was kind of like Jesus was saying, "Do you know what? What you did wasn't cool. And I'm going to call you out on it. But I'm calling you out on it in love," because he continues to say, "Do you know what? You will feed my sheep. You will go on to do amazing things for me." And by reading this, we see that Peter is one of the key people that started the church. So correction, Jesus did that, but he did it in such a loving way. And he directed Peter in where to go. So when it comes to our friendships, actually, sometimes it's okay to say to someone, "What you did's not cool. I'm going to call you out on it. Actually, the way you spoke to that person wasn't nice. Maybe you should think about that. Or what you did, I don't agree with. Maybe you should do something about that." But it should never come from a place of being nasty to that person. It should come from a place of love. Because like it said, that a friend's advice, no matter how painful it is more valuable than words never said. So I want you to be challenged in the fact that you can challenge people, but also be ready to receive the challenge back. And when that happens, know that it comes from a place of love. I'm just going to finish by praying for us. So praying is just chatting to God. And at the end of the prayer, I say a funny word, which is amen, which doesn't mean the end. Finally, she's finished. It means I agree. So if you agree with what I say amen. Okay, and I close my eyes so that I don't get distracted by what's happening around me, like the wind's going crazy currently. So I don't want to be distracted by the trees flowing around like this. Okay, and I'm just gonna pray that we know how to challenge our friends in a loving way. Okay, so let's chat to God. God, I thank you that you are amazing and that you are awesome. And Jesus, I thank you that you give us an amazing example of how to be a fab friend. And Jesus, I ask that you help us be really good friends to the friends around us, and that you'll help us to show candor, to be honest with our friends, in correcting their behaviour, but always help us do it from a place of love and use words that are of love and of life. And we thank you that through the Bible, you yourself correct our behaviour too, because you want the best for us. Amen. Guys, thank you so much for spending this time with us looking at friendship, and continue to watch so that we can keep learning to be better friends to our friendship group around us. Okay, till next time, bye.